Episode 6, Part 2. We just got done talking about the women beaters in NFL get suspended only 2 games.
As opposed to drugs and get suspended a whole year. Then we talked a little bit about Donald Sterling and what they should do in that franchise. Now,
let's talk about some love.
talking about some love.
We need love in this story.
Now, love is the biggest story in the NBA. Whether the love that Cleveland has for LeBron, or the love that Miami is throwing at Chris Bosh now, in the money, or the love whether he goes to Golden State, Chicago, or Cleveland, or Philadelphia. Not Philadelphia. Anyone Philadelphia.
You're Philadelphia's.
Yeah. There's one big hold up to every one of these trades. Minnesota knows what they have. And even though you said that Kevin Love has the Minnesota franchise
hostage,
in a way, Minnesota has him hostage.
Only 4 more years.
Yeah, but they're not just going to give him up for nothing. And it seems these teams are so desperate to get him right now, they're giving up these young, good players when they can just wait till next year.
Well, supposedly rumors going around said he's already going to, no matter where he's traded to, he's going to sign with Cleveland next year.
So why, if you're Chicago, why give up 2 good young players with bright futures for a rental? Even though, in my opinion, if they get Love, that's a championship team with a healthy Derrick Rose.
Kevin Love can go to the Warriors, Cleveland, or Chicago, and he can turn all 3 of them to a championship
Exactly.
team.
So, with the deal in Golden State trade, Minnesota said that they want Klay Thompson. I mean, that's a staple. Whether, Bogut, Lee, Iguodala, whoever else, but they want Klay Thompson. In any Cleveland trade, they want Wiggins. In any Chicago trade, they want Taj Gibson and Doug McDermott. I love saying that name. Doug McDermott.
Let's just hope it's said a lot on ESPN.
It will be.
Okay.
Now, everything that's lit up the past couple of days, or the past couple of weeks, about who's going to say yes, who's going to pull that final trigger, and where the love is going to be at. Now, Cleveland just signed Wiggins to his official rookie contract, meaning he cannot be traded for the minimum 30 days. Now it was a couple of days ago, so it's down to about 28. Or we're getting late in the day, so about 27 days. McDermott signed his a couple days ago, 3, 4 days ago. Oh, it was sooner.
Yeah.
So 2, 3 days. So about 28 days as well for him. So now, for any NBA fans, if you were waiting on that trade to happen, you may just be waiting for another month. Because unless Minnesota's going to end up, that's a sign that Cleveland's telling Minnesota, you're not getting Wiggins. We decided he's too valuable. We don't want to give him up.
We'll give you Bennett or Deion Waiters. Like I was saying, they traded a nobody and draft picks for 3 guys in Utah. Like, they just picked up 3 dudes from Utah. They could be using that for a trade package. You take these 5 guys for Kevin Love.
Here's my question. Dan Gilbert. You will not see this, but I'm going to pretend like you will. Here's my question for you. Why? Why do you want to give away Wiggins for somebody you can wait 1 season, make a good playoff run?
That's what I said.
Give Kyrie, give Tristan, give Waiters, and give Wiggins that playoff experience. At least, second round. You have to imagine second round.
You think LeBron's gonna get put in the second round?
Just let me finish. At least second round. Now, come next offseason, you get rid of Bennett's off your books. He's done. You get rid of him. But he's off their books. If they want him, then
he's pretty good.
Yeah, but he's just one of those guys. He's kind of in between. He's not big enough to be a power forward. He's not agile like small forward. He's just.
But we don't need him if we get Love.
Right. Saying Bennett's off your books. You ain't got to pay him no more. Sign Kevin Love. He already says he wants to play with LeBron. He's pretty much giving you a signed letter of intent out of high school of Minnesota that he is going to sign with you. Wait a year. Be patient.
Because I'm a Cavs fan. Well, I'm a Cavs fan now. Of course, I want LeBron to win titles. They're not going to win next
He
year.
was a Heat fan.
They're not going to win next year.
No. There's too much power in the East, and Chicago and Washington right there.
I'm
No,
not
there's too
worried
much power
about
in the
no
West.
East.
I meant the West. I'm sorry. There's too much power in the West. Then you got Chicago and Washington,
Quit pushing Washington on some,
who
on
again,
some pedestal.
third best team in the East. Third best team in the East right now. They could get better.
They'll get waxed by Paul George.
George Paul. Just Dan Gilbert. Wait a year.
Wait a year.
Let Wiggins get some more a year under his belt. Let Kyrie play a year with LeBron. Let Waiters play a year with LeBron. Let Tristan play that year with LeBron. Let Varejao grow his hair out a little bit longer. And then sign Love. Then bring the Love to Cleveland.
Can you imagine that? The Kyrie and then you got LeBron Wiggins coming down, man. I wonder who can jump, because I know Wiggins can jump, but of course the King can get up there too.
I mean,
Just throw it
even
up.
if Varejao goes to the bench, he'll take that. He'll sit the bench. He will.
Varejão's been on the bench last year.
Varejao is understand. And then, okay, then you got, instead of giving up Wiggins and Waiters, to get one guy, then you've got a starting lineup of Kyrie, Wiggins, LeBron, Tristan, and then Love. Championship?
For the future.
I mean, 90%. I mean,
2 years from now.
I just don't understand why they're in such a rush. I really don't.
Well, just because the chemistry building. They're of course every franchise wants to win a championship now.
Well, even look at Bosh and Wade and LeBron 2010. That first year, yeah, they made it to the finals, but they didn't win.
But they wanted to win that first year.
They did,
And they
but
should
they
have.
just. But then the second year, what happened?
They won.
But what happened in the middle of the season?
They got Shane Battier, which was
No. I'm not talking about what happened in the middle of the season. The streak.
That was
That was the next year.
that was against Spurs.
No, the streak
Yeah, the streak. That
of
was against-
consecutive winning games won
Yeah,
in the regular
was
season.
2013 season, not 2012.
Oh, was it? I thought it was the next season. Well, okay, even then, 2 years later, that and it'll take. And he even said in the letter, it'll take time.
It's gonna take time, yeah.
I just think it's something that they just need to play a season.
He said he's gonna be patient, but he only signed a 2-year deal, so I'm kind of confused.
Well, did you hear why he did that? He did that because in 2 years, the NBA signs the NBA is gonna have a new collective bargaining agreement, and they're also signing new media deals, I believe. So he's expecting the cap space to raise exponentially. So by him signing that 2-year deal, he said he's gonna stay in Cleveland, but he's doing that to maximize it. He's doing this 2-year deal, and then next year, or in 2 years, then he's going to sign that major mega cap space deal with Cleveland. He's already said that. So
As a Cavs fan, I hope somehow the Warriors can get a trade for him. That way we can at least experience a little bit Kevin Love and Stephon Curry together, and then he just come to the Cavs.
I don't want to see Chicago give up Taj Gibson and McDermott, because I don't want to see those two players banished to Minnesota. And
I feel sorry for whoever gets traded to Minnesota.
I do too. It's a horrible thing,
Best player is gonna be Rubio.
He's what, 16 now?
About
Did he graduate yet?
he's about to have his bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
He was a professional basketball player by the age of 12, though.
I was a professional baseball player by the age of 12. In my backyard. My grandpa's yard.
He was playing the Olympics when he was in school.
I was. We had Olympics. Did we have Olympics?
Science Olympics.
No, we had Olympics at school. A little thing, didn't we?
You know what
I
I'm talking
don't know. Coach Penrod or Coach Cookson probably had us. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my take on it. Wait a year. Just wait. Don't give up. Don't give up all your assets. Just wait a year and then sign it. Sign them.
That's what should
He already
happen.
said. So we're not going to get into the whole rankings of the East because we did that last week in the hour-long 4-part Super NBA episode that we did.
So anything going on in baseball? How your Cardinals doing? You're all cardinaled out right now.
This is actually Memphis Redbirds hat. Actually,
Okay. You got a Cardinal shirt. You got Cardinal
Cardinal
shoes.
shirt.
No, I'm kidding.
got a Cardinal underwear on, but I don't know. Trade deadline's coming up. A lot of talk about Price, and this is kind of the same. David Price or Giancarlo Stanton or Kurt Suzuki, because he's a catcher for the Twins. And with Yachty being out, they're trying to get another catcher to help pick up some of the batting slack. And they need another big bat. So, in reality, signing Suzuki would fix that bat need in the middle of the line or in the lineup and a catching need at the same time. But in a way, that's kind of the same situation as Cleveland and Love, because a lot of players, David Price is not going to re-sign with the Cardinals. I really don't see that happening. He's going to want a sub-100 or a over $100 million contract. Cardinals aren't in that business. They don't give out that big of money, especially to pitchers for the most part. You know, they're asking for Oscar Tavares, and they're asking for all these good prospects for a year and a half of Price. I'm not excited about it. It's giving up two young players and years of control for a year and a half of one pitcher. That you make this deal, and then he could have Tommy John a month later, and then you just lost it all. You gave up good prospects for nothing.
So as like LeBron, Cardinal fans have to be patient.
They do. And, a lot of Cardinal fans are screaming. They think that they need a championship this year. And
it's a dynasty.
It's
franchise.
not. It's not. Like, it is a dynasty, but the Cardinals have to look. Most Cardinal fans, I've realized, don't know what lies underneath the blanket. Being St. Louis, that blanket. They don't know what's in Memphis. They don't know what's in Springfield. They don't know what's in Johnson City or Peoria or Palm Beach, which are all rookie league and minor league affiliates of the Cardinals. So, AAA is Memphis, Springfield is AA, so on.
Well,
they need to look ahead to the future, not look at this one big name and say, hey, we get this pitcher that's going to make a start once every 5 days. Is going to make it to the World Series.
You realize you're the Cardinals and you have how many championships on your banners? 11. You realize you got that, and there's eventually going to be championships.
And they just won one in 2011.
Yeah.
And they made it to another one in 2013. And they were one game away from making it in 2012.
Did you cry that game?
I'm not going to talk about that on here. But I cried last year against that series. But I actually started crying in 2011 before Freese hit that home run.
Yeah, that was a hero of the Sykes, Missouri.
I remember that game. I was down at college and we had a big room, or a small room, packed just...
all Cardinals fans.
Oh my God. And we had one Rangers fan. He wasn't even a Rangers fan. He just rooted for the opposite team. That's all he was doing.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, we were in this room. Oh my gosh! I was on the phone with my girlfriend at the time, I believe, and when Freese hit that home run, I started screaming in the phone, and I think I about made her deaf a little bit. But look ahead to the future. Don't be patient. There will be some deals in the off season, and they're still only 2 games out right now. They were 10 in 2011 when they won it. They were 10 games out in August.
In the words of Pat Riley, stick around if you got the guts.
Exactly. And if you're a Cardinals fan, you're not going to give up now. You're going to sit this thing out, see what the future holds. There will be some deals in the offseason. There'll be some moves. We'll get Walker back. John Gast. If you don't know who John Gast is, you need to find out. He's a good left-handed pitcher. He's coming back. You had Tommy John. He's on the rise again. He's a good filler. And he's a good left-handed pitcher that can come in and fill that void that Jaime left in that price, and then you ain't got to pay anything for him. So, hopefully, in the next week or so, there'll be some action in the NBA. Not a whole lot besides Summer League. By the way, Washington, for the Wizards, Glenn Rice was named the Summer League MVP, and your own Otto Porter was on the first team all Summer League.
And so was your boy McDermott.
And McDermott. So, hopefully we'll see how things panel out with Donald Sterling, and maybe Love ends up going to the Warriors at this point now. We'll just have to see what happens.
Hopefully something happens in this week.
Hopefully something happens.
Because nothing happened this week. Well, I'm glad Ray Rice... Well, I'm not glad he did it, but I'm glad something happened.
Yeah.
Anyways, episode 6, Billy Laughlin.
Cody Mitchell, we're gone.